Each of us as distributors are the shop window of our Neolife business. And that means it's very important that our personal grooming is on point. So thank you very much for your time. And I want to hand you over to Pascal while wishing you all the best for the remainder, the small remainder of the month of June, that all will go as you hope and you'll have an excellent month end. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Betty. Every time I sit beside her listening to what she is training, I'm amazed at how much the human body, so much information about the human body that we need to take care of. This training session, I would like to address you on two things. One is called structure, building the structure, and the second one is about friendship. I think that the last time I had a training session and I asked how many people want to go to Mauritius, almost the whole screen had their hands put up that they also want to go to Mauritius. But you need to be aware of what you need to do to go to Mauritius. You need to be at least a World Team member. That means you need to be a Sapphire director or above. Better if you are a One Ruby director, because then the company picks up most of the tab. But how do you get to World Team, 1 Ruby, 2 Ruby, 3 Ruby, 4 Ruby? It means you need to help other people become directors. And that is what structure is about. Structure means that we're taking full advantage of our compensation plan to get maximum profit from the company's compensation plan. So if you give you a few minutes, I want to share the screen with you. Okay. I want to talk to you about structure for Diamond. Structure simply means that you build your business in such a way that you get maximum bonuses or maximum compensation plan from your business. Remember what our business is. Our business is building a network of people who use products. Many people are doing few things every single day, and that comes from building structure. What is the essential thing about building structure? Before you build structure, let's go back to the beginning. Let's start the main things that we do in our business. We do 3 things every day. 1, we use the products. We use the products, we retail the products, then we sponsor people into the business. That is really what we do. Retailing products, you need two or three things. 1, you need product knowledge. Number 2, you need to listen to your customers. 3, keep in touch with them. And 4, get to know who your customers are. The next thing is building a team. How do you build a team? Write a name list or a prospects list. You need to invite them to see a business presentation. Learn to tell your story. Once they've shown them the business, do a follow-up. This is what you do on a daily basis, and these are called income-producing activities. So the first thing you do to build your structure is to build width. What is building width? Building width simply means the people you sponsor directly under you. And the idea is you need to go 4 to 6 wide very quickly. That means you need to personally sponsor 4 to 6 people as quickly as possible. Why do you need to sponsor 4 to 6 people? So that out of this, you're going to get 2 to 3 people who are serious about building a business. These are the people you're going to build your structure with, okay? How do you build width? You build width by doing the basic. Writing a name list, at least 100 people or more. Number 2, invite them to look at the business by asking the right questions. Are you open to look at a business? Are you open to look at the way to generate additional income? If I showed you a way to generate additional income without leaving what you're doing, would you be interested? Okay. And then show the plan. Either you send them a video to look at, or you invite them for a Zoom meeting, or you invite them for a one-on-one, or you invite them for a face-to-face meeting where there are many people. So show the plan. After you've shown the plan, follow up with the person so that you can close and they make a decision if they want to get started. Remember, fortune is in the follow-up. Help your prospects to make a decision. Why is that important? Because the average person does not make a decision quickly. The average person makes a decision after 4, 5, or 6 different engagements before they make a decision. So that is building width. The second thing you need to do, once you build width, then start working with those people you build with to build depth. Depth simply means you go down in each specific leg, work on the taproot. That simply means you work on the newest person in every single leg that you have and teach each person to go wide. That means when you sponsor, let me say you sponsor 4 to 5 people, you teach each of them also to sponsor their own people. That is how you start building numbers and you start building volumes. A very important thing about this business is work with the willing. That means work with the people who want to do the business. Don't chase after people. You know, when you're new in the business, you're excited about the business. You want people to join you and you want them to work very hard. Some will work very hard, some will not work very hard. But if you want to grow in the business, work with those who want to work, because if you push people to join, you're going to push them to do the business, and that wears you down. So work with the willing. Now, think about your business. Let me say in this example, you sponsored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. Once you've sponsored 6 people, find at least 3 legs to work with, because out of these 6 people, not all of them are going to be serious about building the business. Identify the ones who want to build the business with you. How do you identify them? Number 1, they keep asking you questions. Number 2, they send you messages at odd hours. Number 3, they're always willing to learn. Number 4, they attend training sessions, and they're also speaking to their prospect. It's very easy to know those who are willing to do the business. So identify 3 that you work with, and each of those 3, go as quickly as possible 3 levels deep. 1, 2, 3, each of those legs. And you do this so that you can build a strong structure in each leg. What is the final goal of each leg? The final goal is to go at least 12 deep in each leg. And the reason you need to go 12 deep is to give this leg, each leg, stability it needs to qualify every month. Okay? Now, another thing about building structure, focus on what duplicates, not what you can do. What that means is that if you're doing any income producing activities, ask yourself, this thing I am doing, can the people in my team do it easily? If the answer is no, think about it again. The simpler your business is, the faster it's going to grow. So focus on what duplicates. Keep sponsoring always, because some of the people are going to outgrow you. What that means is that, let me say you sponsor John and Mary, or you sponsored Kamau, or you sponsored Fatuma. Now, if Fatuma is very excited and starts moving the business very quickly, and they sponsor 3, 4, 5 people, and that leg starts to grow, remember that if Fatuma becomes a director, you cannot use her volume also to separate group to qualify as a director with. That means you need to constantly grow new nursery, the people in your group who are not directors, that helps you to qualify as a director with 4,000 PV. So you need to keep sponsoring. You need to be always in the creative phase. Creative phase simply means that you're always sponsoring new people. Okay? How do you do that? Doing the basics. Name list, invite, show the plan, follow up. Name list, invite, show the plan, follow up. You keep doing that until you grow many new legs, because some of these legs will start qualifying as directors. Another important thing is develop the right attitude for building the business. You know, when you talk about mindset, what do we mean? Okay, the phrase is self-explanatory, mindset. The way your mind is set. What are the attitudes, excuse me, what are the attitudes you have that help you to grow your business? How do you get the right attitude to build a business? Read good books constantly. And the reason you need to do this is because there are very many negative thinking people around the world. You won't meet 5 or 6 people without finding a negative thinking person. And if you keep touching negative thinking person, that's the attitude you're going to develop. So read good books constantly. Aim at discipline, not motivation. Why is that important? Because motivation is temporary, discipline is permanent. Discipline is what keeps you going. I remember Zig Ziglar used to say in one of his tapes that motivation is not permanent, it's just like bathing, because you have to bathe every day. If you want to, motivation is good because it starts you on the path to success. Discipline is what keeps you on that path to success. So aim at discipline, not motivation. Discipline is doing what you have planned to do, irrespective of how you feel. And many times you do things because of the way you feel. So make discipline part of your growth. Then one of the things that is going to be, that I have noticed in the business, when we see people going on stage, we clap, we congratulate them, we get motivated by what they do, but our goal is also to go on stage also to be appreciated and recognized. So do not make other people's extraordinary to get yourself off the hook. It's quite easy to do that. Keep your eyes on the future. Why is that important? Because sometimes when we keep our eyes on what we are going through, we lose focus on where we are going to. What you need to do, pay attention to where you're going to, and don't pay attention to what you're going through, because when you're going through difficulties, and those are the things that makes you stronger for success, okay? Keep your eyes to the future. Keep your eyes to the goals that you want. Whatever your heart has seen, you are going to get there. That means that if you have a vision for the future and you constantly think about it, look at it, it's going to give you the discipline and the motivation you need to grow your business. And then a very important, don't pay attention to what your mind is telling you. Let me explain what I mean. Assuming this evening you make a decision, okay, tomorrow I'm going to start exercising every day at least for half an hour to get myself fit. Okay? Or maybe you are aiming to attend the next big event, having lost a few kilos or being physically fit. You decide tomorrow you're going to start exercising. You're very excited the first 2 or 3 or 4 days. On the 5th day, your body will start complaining. You'll feel an ache there. You will feel an ache where you haven't felt before. You feel tired. Your mind starts generating reasons why you should not keep exercising. What I would like to tell you, don't pay attention to what your mind is telling you. Why? Because your mind is designed to keep you safe. Your mind is designed to keep the status quo. The mind is designed to keep you where it is familiar with. If you want to do things which are unfamiliar, which is where success is, you need to go through that pain threshold. So do not pay attention to what your mind is telling you. And that is what gives you the discipline to continue building your business. And then have an accountability mirror or somebody you can account to on a regular basis, telling them what you have done, the challenges you're going through, and what suggestions you can be given to improve or to grow your business better. Okay, so building depth. So building structure. Building structure has got a number of things. One is going wide. You need to go wide as quickly as possible, 4 to 6 wide. Number 2, start building depth. That means you need to start working with the people that you brought into the business to show them how to build their own businesses. What you're actually doing, you're transferring the skills and the attitudes to the people so that they can grow the business with or without you. Then draw your structure on the wall so that you can physically see how your business is growing. The idea is to work on 3 legs until each leg is 12 deep, 14, 15 deep. Once it reaches that depth, that leg will start qualifying as directors. Then focus on what duplicates. Keep sponsoring, because some of those people will get out of your nursery and you need people to help you do the 4,000 PV. Have the right attitude, reading constantly, aim at discipline, not motivation, and then do not make others extraordinary to get yourself off the hook. All of us have a responsibility to become successful because the people in our team are looking up to us for example. Then the last thing I want to share with you is something that is very crucial in our business, because our business is based on friendship, which keeps the team together. Now, all of us, I think, know what really friendship is. We have a fairly good idea on what friendship is. But I would like each of you to, tonight before you go to sleep, have a simple exam, check yourself whether you really have true friends in your team. How do you check that? Simple. Are there people in your team who would open themselves up to tell you things they wouldn't tell anybody else? Are there people in your team who look up to you, for example, who actually like you, who love you? Are there people in your team who look up to you for leadership? Okay? A few things I want to mention. Truth in what you say is called sincerity. Sincerity is when you speak what is in your mind and what is true. Truth in what you say is called sincerity. Truth in what you think is called a clear conscience. That means you don't do things which make your conscience bother you. That means you don't do things which you're ashamed of. Truth in what we do is called loyalty. And one of the very important things about our business is loyalty to the company, loyalty to your team, loyalty to your family. Truth in what we do. These 3 things help us to live a life of integrity. Okay? Now, action is the antidote to for despair. I think one of the reasons, one of the things that really knock people off and they get depressed is they stop doing what they need to do to become successful. Action is the antidote for despair. Action is also for the prescription of success. The same word, and is the antidote for one and the prescription for another. So action is very important in our business. You need to be loyal to your own personal goals, loyalty to your family, loyalty to your team, and loyalty to your life. Okay? These are some of the basic essential things about friendship. But let me mention a few other things about friendship that I think are very important, especially in our business, in our families. There are 3 essential things that you need to have for you to have a long-lasting friendship. Before I go on these 3 things, there are 3 stages of friendship. There's first the initiation. Initiation simply means somebody is introduced or you are invited to form friendship with somebody. In our business is when you sponsor somebody in the business, okay? So first is initiation. The second step is deepening of that friendship. You begin to share your challenges, you begin to share your dreams, you begin to share convictions, you begin to share even difficulties. That is when the friendship is getting deep. And the last stage of friendship is called enduring friendship, a lasting friendship. That means that friendship will last a very long time. But friendship must have 3 things for that friendship to endure. The first one is you need to have common concerns. That means you need to have the desire to be friends with somebody. The desire for friendship is a fuel that starts the friendship process. If you don't have any common concern, if people don't develop the desire for friendship, it will wither away very quickly. The second is mutual interest. What is that? Mutual interest are the things we are both interested in to take part, because friendship is lived out in the things we like to do. For example, if you like watching movies, if you like sports, if you like attending cultural events. Mutual interest is how friendship is lived out. But the third aspect, which I think is the most important, is got to do with character, is called virtue. Virtue is what is important to make the friendship last. It gives us the capacity and the power to maintain friendship, because if you don't have integrity, when things are tough, that friendship does not last. Virtue is very important in friendship because it is what, in fact, how does somebody get attracted to you to become a friend? Because they see some inner goodness in you that appeals to them. People would like to be your friend if they see something of value in you, if they see some inner goodness, and that inner goodness is called a virtue. A virtue is a good habit. Okay, so ask yourself, do you develop virtues to help you have true friends in your life? There are 4 essential human values that is important for us to develop. One is prudence, that is practical wisdom. Number 2 is temperance, that is to regulate what your desires are. Number 3 is fortitude, that is internal strength. And number 4 is justice. Justice simply means to give everybody what is their due, their good name, what is owed to them, whatever it is. So the key thing about friendship is first and foremost character. That is integrity of soul. If you have integrity of soul, and then you have mutual concerns, you have common interests or common concerns, you have a desire to make friends, you have things you do to live out that friendship, your friendship will go through the 3 stages of initiation, deepening of that friendship, and an enduring or a lasting friendship. In fact, the scripture says in the book of Sirach, he who finds a friend has found a treasure, and there is no scale that can measure their worth. So think about yourself. Do you have true friends? Do you have people that you can actually lean on, or who can lean on you in times of difficulties? Friendship is a glue that keeps our business together. If you develop friendship, you're going to develop diamondship. So, ladies and gentlemen, Betty and I would like to really appreciate you spending this evening with us. We hope we've been able to share with you what can help you grow your business to the next level. I want to thank Alan and Cynthia for hosting our meeting today. I wish all of you the very best. June is still a long way off to finish. If you haven't achieved your goals this last week, you can achieve or even surpass the goals you have set for yourself for the month of June. So thank you very much. Good night and God bless.